Introducing Guinness Nitro Cold Brew Coffee Beer, blending the smooth, creamy nitro taste of Guinness with hints of coffee, chocolate, and caramel. Guinness Nitro Cold Brew Coffee Beer, your new favorite part of the day. Look for it where Guinness is sold. Must be 21 and over to purchase. Please enjoy responsibly. Diageo Beer Company, New York, New York.
For the ones who know that a little late is always too late, and that the clock doesn't stop just because you're missing a part, Grainger offers supplies and solutions for every industry. And our Keep Stock inventory management solutions help ensure you have the right stuff in the right place at exactly the right time. Visit Grainger.com/keepstock to learn more. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The following show contains adult content. It's not our intent to offend anyone, but we want to inform you that if you are a child under the age of 18 or get offended easily, this next show may not be for you. The content, opinions, and subject matter of these shows are solely the choice of your show hosts and their guests, and not those of the Entertainment Network or any affiliated stations. Any comments or inquiries should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for listening.
Sitting down and designing, where every man in thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC, you can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself and known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
Always love the clothes of Jimmy.
British punk, yo, wanna be Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out to Jimmy Stars.
Hey ho, what's up everybody? Welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, bringing you the good times in music, fashion, pop culture, and entertainment. We have a fabulous show for you guys today. It's going to be a lot of fun. We have Kevin Spirtas. I'm not sure if that's how you pronounce it, so we're going to find out. And Sean Kanan, both on the show today. Both are acting icons with several Emmys and nominations and all kinds of stuff, so it's going to be a lot of fun. Before we get started, we have a chat room that's filling up, and we have to say hello to everyone. But first, we're going to say hello to our cool, outrageous Man About Town co-host, Mr. Ron Russell.
Everyone loves getting head, okay? I don't love getting a head cold. So I have a head cold. I'd rather get head than a head cold. New York City was freezing, raining, horrible, and cold. And I got sick there. I'm sorry that my last memory of going to New York as a vacation is of freezing cold weather, but the truth is the truth. You'll take Manhattan, because I don't want it anymore. Anyway, I'm happy in California where the sun is beautiful and shining and I can feel healthy. So there you go.
So hopefully you will. So let's say hi to our chat room. We've got B. Claudia just joined us. She says, feel better, Ron. She's in Germany. Teresa Sabin, she's in Florida. Angela Joseph is here, and she's in Colorado. Boomer Mays is here, football player extraordinaire. Cindy Ladylake is in Florida. Eileen Shapiro, she's in New York. And let's see. It went back. I think I saw Backpack John in there before. So hey, Backpack John, everybody who's there, thank you. They said you look fantastic. Oh, and Lady Cindy Ladylake, who's been missing for about a month because she's been under the weather. So we're so happy to have her back.
I thought she was kidnapped by lesbians.
So Cindy is back, and I know she's excited because she thinks Sean Kanan's really cool, and he always says hi to her, so he likes it.
And
so
he is cool.
He is very cool.
Now listen, you see my hair, Joe? I look like I went to a Forest Hills beauty parlor, and I had some fag do my hair. Oh, excuse me, can't use that word. I had some homosexual boy comb my hair. What happened was I washed my hair in the shower. I went outside naked, and I sat on my patio to get sun on my operation. Well, the heat makes my hair swell that I look at it looks like something. I look like Rona Barrett. No, really.
Actually, a lot of them are probably old enough to know who Rona Barrett is.
Yeah, I'm sure enough. But anyway, my hair looks like it was teased and sprayed and positioned. No, watch.
Yeah, it goes right through it. It's just the way it is.
And it goes right back. So there you go. My sister used to be so jealous of me growing up. She said, you got the beautiful legs, you got the long eyelashes, and you got the perfect hair that no matter what you do, it looks like you had it styled. And I said, well, what can I tell you, honey? You know, some get breaks, some don't. That's why she hasn't spoken to me in 45 years. But anyway.
That's funny. Teresa says too much conditioner, maybe.
No, I don't use conditioner. I use Pantene shampoo. I go outside wet and I come back in. My hair is like a Zulu. It just swells. The heat gets in there and it makes it bigger than big. I have a lot of hair to begin with, but so kind of sometimes it's a problem because I look like I'm in drag, and these earphones look like earrings. All I need is a beauty mark. No, a beauty mark and lipstick, and I could do, I'm looking for trouble, and I don't care what the people say. It doesn't matter what the people say, what the people say, what the people say. See how quick I could change to a broad?
So Teresa Saban says she has to run for an appointment. Wish her luck. So we're wishing you luck.
Be careful of those lesbians.
But we thank you for all you do, Teresa. You're fabulous. Also, Stefan Bell is texting me that he's here too. So what's up, Stefan? So everybody is good.
Stefan, the lucky man. He's the luckiest man in the world. He's got Tina. Tina is a joy and a delight, and I adore her. Tina's his. Are they married or just fucking around?
I think they're like fucking around.
Oh, you know what, Stefan? You should marry her. I mean, throw a net over her.
When they say they love our colors.
Yeah,
pink.
But somebody's going to come along and snap that Tina dame up. You better move it.
I wonder if Dawn is here. Is Dawn here? I don't know if Dawn is in here. Oh, well, anyway, just because she'll watch the repeat, so show her your watch because you have your pink one on.
I have my pinky stinky watch to match my pinky. I have all little, what are these people on my shirt?
Flamingos.
Pink flamingos. So today I really look like a fairy with all the pink and the hairdo and whatever.
B had something wrong with her eye, so now she's got a patch on her eye like a pirate.
Oh, that's effective.
Good luck, B. I hope that gets better
especially
quick.
If you go into a bank with a mask and a patch and one eye. You could rob the place. They'll call you the one-eye burglar.
No, this is Dawn's at a doctor's appointment, so we'll just say hi to Dawn.
Dawn,
hey,
go
Dawn.
to the doctor. Make sure he's a good doctor because most doctors stink.
So I don't know if you guys have been watching anything cool, but we watched the Kaminsky Method, the third season. It was a lot of fun. It started out slow, but it got better.
It started out as an older person's storyline. Then today they're combining young junk and nice elderly stuff. The older storyline was terrific, but the minute they brought in the young people, it became trashy, vulgar, druggy, and crappy. So what they're saying in these films is that years ago we were elegant and terrific, and the kids today are crap, garbage, and whatever. And in a way, it sends out a very bad message. Now, I love Jane Smart. I think Jane.
Oh, Hacks. That's a TV show.
Yeah,
Hacks.
I think Jane Smart should have been in Sex and the City, replacing Samantha, because she looks just like her and she's older, and they could have gotten away with it. So instead of looking for somebody else to play Samantha, anyone out there listening in the biz, get Jane Smart. She's fabulous. She's exactly a lookalike of what's her name?
Samantha.
No, the real name.
I forgot her name.
I forgot her name. We imagine we forget her name. Well, she's not nice, so it's easy to forget.
I'll look it up.
But anyway, that also has an older audience theme, which I thoroughly enjoy her. I love when Jane Smart comes on. When the co-star girl comes on, I want to turn it off. She's annoying. She's obnoxious.
Kim Cattrall.
This girl is annoying, obnoxious, vulgar. She does cocaine.
Thanks,
she
lady.
smokes pot. She takes pills. She screws a guy. He jumps out a window. That kind of storyline stinks. So if you have to give that to the young people today, you're sending the wrong message to them. At least Jane Smart, she gives you a good,
hilarious, and she's gorgeous.
And she's beautiful, and she gives a good message. But when you see people doing cocaine, having sex, pot, and pills and drinking, and then the guy throws himself right through a window because he was stoned out of his bird, what in the hell?
Because he stole money from old people.
Yeah, I know that, but doesn't matter what the reasoning was. The reasoning was he went through the friggin' window. And it doesn't make sense to do this today. Let's show young people decent, and maybe without doing drugs, and maybe not so promiscuous. Let's teach them that it's okay to be square or vanilla. You don't have to be hip, and you don't have to be a girl that uses the word fuck every sentence. It's not becoming. I do it because I'm a comic and I'm old. But a young, beautiful girl that's saying fuck every 2 minutes just looks like a cheesy tramp. as far as I'm concerned. And the writers that write that beautiful story, what is it called? The thing, Hacks. Watch it. It's a great show. The writers are all young jerks who think, oh, it's hysterical. It's so funny. Let's write it because it's cool, man. Cool. Now they think it's cool. When they're my age, they'll be ashamed of what they wrote. Because that happens as you get older. You start to realize that vulgarity, promiscuity, and drugs are not the answer. They only
Still entertaining though. We enjoyed it.
I don't care for that drug shit.
I don't like the drug shit either.
I don't like all that vulgarity. And I mean, I curse more than anybody on the planet Earth, but I do it with humor.
Actually, you don't even curse as much as they do.
No, I really don't, because imagine when it offends me, you know it's got to be offensive. So I wish that Hollywood would stop making young people out to be common, dirty-mouthed, and promiscuous, because not all young kids are that way. There are millions of young kids who are raised properly and taught not to behave that way. And enough of this lecture.
It's still a fun show to watch.
It's a
so
great
watch
show.
Hacks
It's a wonderful show.
and watch the Kaminsky Method because it's really good. And Hub Reynolds Jr. just joined us. Hey, Hub, what's up? Hope everything is well.
Yeah, Hub agrees with me. I know Hub's thinking, but Kaminsky, it got better on the third show. They cleaned it up a little bit, and the storyline went back. Now that what's his name died? What's his name? Quick. Alan.
Oh, I don't know.
Alan, the co-star. Alan, oh my God, and I like him. He was a wonderful actor. Is gone. He really passed away.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did die. He died, Jimmy. He's dead. Alan Arkin is dead. Anyway, now that he's passed away, they had to do it on the show. They lost a very important part of that show because Alan Arkin was really genuinely a very...
He's not dead.
He is dead.
He is not. It would be on here. He's 87 years old. He's not dead. They just took him out of it. Maybe he didn't want to be it, or maybe he's ill or something, but he's not dead.
Alan Arkin died.
He did not.
Your thing is wrong.
It is not wrong.
Everybody out there, did Alan Arkin die?
No, he didn't die. He's not dead. He's
Maybe I read
87.
he died on the show.
He died on the show.
Maybe that's what I read. And I get confused. Well, anyway, Alan Arkin, if you're not dead, get back on that show. It needs you.
Yeah, he's still alive. It's on the internet. He's not dead yet. He really made the show funny. So they lost a little bit when they killed him off, but hey.
Well,
it's still fun though. It's still a fun show.
Yeah, sometimes actors don't get along. I mean, look at Kim Cattrall, how she's destroying Sex in the City because she thinks that what's her face? The blonde. Sarah Jessica Parker didn't respond to her brother when he died or whatever. I mean, how stupid. A personal issue you bring to the set.
And everybody says he's alive.
Oh, I know. I might have read that Alan Arkin died, in
Kaminsky Method.
In the Kaminsky thing. And I got it. Well, see how rumors start?
Yeah.
Well, the rumors started.
Yeah, especially since a lot of people listen.
No, but but now the rumors about me being a homo are just a rumor.
Yeah.
They started years ago, those rumors, and they just build. But
build up and up and up, and they keep going.
Yeah, but I mean, so there's a couple of things on TV that are well worth watching. Not much. We watch movies. Any good movies we've seen?
Yeah, we saw an old movie that we liked the other day.
What was it?
I forgot.
Imagine the two of us. We haven't got one brain.
No, it was with the guy from Colin Firth. Colin Firth and the girl, and she was going to marry Colin Firth, but she fell in love with the fireman.
Oh yeah,
that was a good one.
That was called. I forgot.
Keep talking, and I'll look it up.
That fireman is so handsome. He should be a big star. What a sexy guy! Is he a big star?
Yeah, he's a big TV star. He's a star of The Walking Dead.
He's so sexy and handsome and sweet and gentle.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan, that's his name.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan. Too many names. Should have been Jeff Dean. But anyway.
So we saw this movie, you guys, and it was called The Accidental Husband.
Right. It was cute.
Came out in 2008, and it has Colin Firth, Uma Thurman, and Jeffrey Dean Morgan.
Uma never looked more beautiful than in this movie. And
it's on Tubi, you guys. It's free to watch.
And her legs. Uma's got the best legs in Hollywood. Long, perfectly shaped and thin. She's about 6 foot tall, so she's a stunningly beautiful woman. I love Uma Thurman. I never miss any of her work.
Me neither.
She's a joy to watch and a fun actress.
I love it.
My nose is itchy. I want to blow my nose. I want to spit up phlegm, but I'm on television. You're not supposed to do that.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
No, I'm not going to blow bubbles out of my nose. Don't you hate a cold or a flu, whatever you call it when you get it? You gave me the bad mic, you maricon.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. This is the mic that stops working.
No, it isn't.
You sissy fairy. You did so.
Here, you can have this one. I don't care.
Then maybe it's your mic that's cutting my mic. You know, cheap El Cheapo. It's time we buy new equipment. All
yeah,
right?
Boomer's right. Tubi's good. No, we have our equipment's fine. It's like everybody
Our
else's.
equipment is not fine. It stinks. It's as old as your ass. And your ass
No,
is
my
old.
ass is way older than the equipment.
Well, just that your ass has been abused, it looks older.
No, that's not true.
Well, anyway.
Be sending us hearts.
B.
I sent Eileen hearts too.
Eileen, don't you agree with me
Who knows? I got to see now what's going
that
on.
Jimmy should have new equipment? Eileen Shapiro in New York, who I love. Eileen, give me a kiss. Is your little doggy with you? Oh, here comes mine. Astro heard kisses and he's jumping on my lap. Astro, say hello to Eileen. Say hello to, what was that dog's name again? Felicia? No, what's the dog's name?
Fiona.
Fiona. Astro, meet Fiona. When you meet Fiona, you're going to fall in love with her, and she's going to fall in love with you because you're a handsome black man. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're so cute. Anyway, we sound like retards, but what are you going to do? Where's our guest? Jim, hello.
I'm working on it. Just keep talking. You
Well,
see I'm
keep
working
talking.
on
What
it.
am I, a fucking Victrola?
Yes.
Stereo? Not a Victrola. What do they call them today? Stereos? You know, the vinyl disc is back, which is ridiculous because it scratches and you hear imperfections. But why anybody wants to listen to good music on a vinyl disc on an old phonograph? Get out of here. What are we getting, retro wacky?
There we go.
There's
There it is.
somebody.
All right.
There's a man with a beard.
I was
and
just trying to
eyeglasses.
text Harlan and it bounced back just to make sure since I didn't have your contact info. But hello, how are you?
I'm great, guys. How are you? The internet was a little flashy, so if I freeze or something, I'll jump out and come back on.
Okay. So tell me, Kevin, how do I correctly pronounce your last name?
You correctly spell my last name, Spirtas.
Spirtas.
Pronounce it.
Spirtas. Okay, so I did it pretty close earlier when I said I don't know how to pronounce.
Shut
his
up
name.
and introduce me.
All right, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell, the incredibly talented actor, writer, director, producer Kevin Spirtas. Hello and welcome to the show.
Thanks for having me, guys.
This is first. I want to introduce you to my co-host, my cool, outrageous man about town co-host, who's also my husband, Ron Russell.
Hi, Ron.
Meanwhile, I think I'm in love. You're cute. What are you doing? What are you doing Friday night? I'm going to a big party.
Actually, he knows all those people.
Probably know. Okay, stop. The cat.
Are you Greek? You must be. Your last name is Greek, so you're Greek.
It's actually Lithuanian Russian. I'm not Greek.
Oh well, so you can't get anything right, can you?
No,
Well,
but back to the party.
I have such a cold that, you know, if I did see you, I wouldn't kiss you a lot because I wouldn't want to give you my cold. So if I did
This is very
tongue
good
kiss,
to know.
no, if I got to tongue kiss you, I would put a condom on my tongue so that when I put my tongue in your mouth, the condom would protect you from getting my cold. It's called safe tongue.
My mom and dad just dropped off the feed there. Anyway,
Hey, Kevin's mom and dad.
Your parents are listening.
He's
probably.
Well,
I'm
they
a
have
Jewish-
to know that.
I'm a Jewish boy from the Midwest. My parents are always listening. Come on, yeah.
Listen, I'm a stand-up comic who's a little insane, and I'm having fun with you because I know
I
your
want
back.
you to.
I know your background, and I can't tell you how proud of you I am.
So before we do
I
any of
really
that,
am
though,
because you know when family succeeds, I get happy.
Thank you, Ron.
which is actually terrific. So first of all, we want to introduce, have you just say hi to the chat room. We have a chat room filled with people. We've got Germany, Canada, the United States, England, all over the place. So just say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hi, gang.
There
In
you
the
go. We're gonna have a lot of fun. So
Answer me. You got a boyfriend?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I'm a single man right now.
oh, are you really?
A cute
I
guy.
just assumed.
A cute guy like you. You should get. They should throw nets over you, the old queens.
Okay, let's just address this for 1 second because this is actually a very interesting question. No. I really want to look at this because it's the same question that inspired After Forever, the series. Okay, so I'm a 59-year-old man in July. I'll be 59, and I have had relationships in my life, and I've had great loves in my life, and sometimes I fall out of them, or we grow out of situations and relationships. And I was not involved with anybody when I ran into Michael Slade, my late collaborating writing partner. And he said, "Why isn't someone like you in a relationship?" And I said, "I don't know. Have you eaten with me?" I am.
Well, wait, was that, have you eaten with me or have you eaten me?
It was with me. But anyway. But I have to also say that the thing about relationships and the thing about wanting a relationship or assuming that we all should be in a relationship is I'm really good by myself. I love my solitude. I love my free time, my space. I love my schedule. Not to be selfish about it, but I'm self-caring in that way, and I can focus on my world. I also love the collaboration. I also love the intimacy, and I also love the creativity that can come from finding someone. And I bet you. I'm not opposed to it.
I bet you love variety.
Yeah, I do love variety, but it's also I just, as I've gotten older, something that works so specifically and perfectly for one person may not be the perfect fit for myself. And then I've had to also grow myself outside of the guilt when someone has said, "Now, why aren't you in a relationship?" Because it's not about me, it's about the other person's assumption of why someone like me might not.
No. You know,
I just wanted to bring it up because.
Now wait a minute. If you were ugly, fat, and distorted and retarded, we would never say to you, "How come you don't have a lover?" Because we know nobody wants you because you're ugly, fat, distorted, and gnarled and twisted and hideous.
Jimmy,
So wait a second. Wait a second. When a guy comes on my show, as cute as you, handsome, not even cute, you are handsome, really handsome. And I'm sure if you're in a club or in a party, people are hitting on you right and left. You know, I'm handsome. You're handsome. We know what handsome is all about. I've been hit on all my fucking life. I'm 81 years old and I'm still hit on in front of Jimmy.
They hit on him all the time in front of me. They just toss me aside like a piece of trash.
Oh, you know, honey.
Listen, I hear what you're saying, and I thank you. I think there's a backhanded compliment in there somewhere.
Oh, huge compliment.
There is
Hang on. Wait a minute.
The compliment.
No. What I was saying is that the eye of the beholder, beautiful, not beautiful, ugly, not whatever he gives.
You're right about that.
It not one of us should have to fit a form and be assumed to fit a form. It may be a question like, "Oh, I'm surprised that someone with everything you've got going or everything you choose to be doing doesn't have a relationship." That's curious. Let's talk about that. That's what I would say.
Yeah, because you're a catch.
Oh, well, everyone's a catch if they want to be. Come on.
The chat room is all talking about how cute you are.
I got us on fire here. I'm taking this off the wrong way. Okay.
All the women in the chat room are writing, "Oh my God, they're so cute."
And he's got a sex. Now, my voice is not this way because I'm sick with a cold, but he's got a sexy voice. He could do voiceovers.
We have B. Claudia from Germany. She's one of our biggest.
Look, he's even got are those teeth yours?
Okay, she's one of our biggest supporters, and she's like, "I need the poster of his one-man show. Him so like perfect pose. I please need that sign." I mean, like they're all going crazy for you in the.
Look at the teeth. I wonder if his teeth are real.
So I want to go back first of all, because you mentioned your show and we haven't talked about it yet. So I want to make sure people know what we're talking about. So you guys, Kevin has a show. He not only he wrote it, he stars in it. It's got 5 daytime Emmy awards. It's called.
I wonder why.
6. Oh, 6 now. Okay, no, congratulations. I thought the 6th one maybe was nominated now, but they haven't announced who won or something. Is what I thought it was.
We have two seasons of After Forever, season 1 and season 2. Season 1 won 5 daytime Emmys and made history by becoming the first LGBTQ themed drama to ever win 5 Emmys in a drama. And then season 2, we won for best writing, and now, because of COVID, we couldn't go into season 3, which is written and ready to go. So we wrote a special called Riley's Unforgettable School Project. And that's the special. That's the 37-minute documentary style special based on the characters of a series. And we're waiting to hear the nominations for that. So,
and what you're going to get. So you guys, it's called After
Hooray
Forever.
for you.
It's
Good
on,
for you.
It's on Amazon Prime. You can go on Amazon Prime and watch it. And basically, it's a story about gays over 40. Has to deal with relationships, dating, and loss. I didn't watch the whole season. I watched the first 2 episodes just because I didn't have time. But I wanted to watch some of it. The acting is phenomenal. I love the fact that Mitchell Anderson is in it because, like, I loved him. I think he was in like Party of 5.
Yes.
And so I thought, and he's a phenomenal actor. And I also saw that Peter Kim is in it, which I don't know if I saw him in the episode, but believe it or not, like, Hackers is my absolute favorite movie of all time. and he's in one of the guys in Hackers, which is so terrific. And it also has Anita Gillette, which I think you probably know.
I know Anita for 50 years. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
Anita's an old New York friend of mine.
It's got an incredible cast. When Michael Slade, here, let me just catch you up to this, so we'll be all in the After Forever docket. My writing partner, Michael Slade, tapped me on the shoulder one day in 2014 and said, in New York, and said, "I think I used to write for you in Days of Our Lives. Is your name Kevin Spirtas?" And that's the introduction that we had at the gym. And I said to him, "Yes, it is. And what are you doing? And are you still working on any of the soaps?" And he said, "No, I'm not." I said, "Well, I want to do a new show. I want to do a show about gay men over 30, about love and dating." Because I was single at the time. Here comes back to your question, Ron. And then full circle. And he said, let's talk. And the question that came up during several of our first coffees together was, why isn't someone like you in a relationship? And we talked about this. And he didn't say, I know, but that's why we talked about the very language of which it was asked. And I said to him, I just haven't met the next right fit. And I said to him, "What about you?" And I knew nothing about him. And he said, "I lost my partner about 1.5 years, 2 years prior to meeting me." And I was so sad by this news. And I said, "How did it happen?" And it was a very rare diagnosis of cancer, which gave his partner at the time 3 months to live.
Oh, terrible, sad.
And I said, "Do you still talk to him?" And he looked at me for a moment and pondered what I was asking. And he said, "Yeah, I guess I do." This is 2 years after the death of his partner.
Okay.
And I said, "What would you think, if you're comfortable with this, about using that type of story point to create a situation why a character like Brian, the character I play, would be alone? And he's mourning the loss of his loved one, his great love. And so you could tell the story by flashbacks. You could tell the story in present time. And then you could also tell the story with Brian, my character, conjuring up Jason, having conversations with him to work through his healing. And that's how After Forever fell into place. And that's how the stories are set up in each episode.
I love it. I think it's fabulous.
I'm a great actor. I still make many movies. No, seriously. Why don't you have an 81-year-old man who's in a wonderful relationship come on and talk about that? I was in a 46-year relationship, and he died of pancreatic cancer. Yeah. And then I met Jimmy.
We've been together 10 years.
Yeah, love comes at any age if you
it does.
Open up for it.
Absolutely.
Look at me. I'm 81. I'm crazy about this guy. Even though I flirt with you, I'm a little bit of a whore sometimes. But I do it on the air, not in private. In private, I'm vanilla. You come on to me, I'll punch you in the face. After I throw you down.
It's just his television personality.
You know what? 5 million people love me. What can I tell you?
I don't discount the love. And then what I was going to say is, you're absolutely right. Love happens anytime, anywhere.
At any age.
Yes, and
there's no age on love. None. You could go to the grocery store now and meet somebody, and bam, it happens, and you don't know what happens. You go out of your mind. All you know is you want to be with that person 24/7, and that could happen to you still because you're very handsome, so you get a lot of attention.
Absolutely.
Now, wait a minute.
And he's open to it.
And if you wear tight jeans and you're hung, you really will get a lot of attention.
Good to know. So actually, too, though, I want to like brag for him a little bit. So you guys not only so After Forever is what he's become very well known for right now. It's got 6 daytime Emmys. Like I said, it's on Amazon Prime. B said she's already found it on Amazon Prime. And it has beautiful photos
We
on
will
Amazon
watch it
Prime.
tonight.
So it's fantastic.
Jimmy, let me just put
Go
one
ahead.
more. So in the conclusion of the After Forever arc now, or in the ongoingness of it. So season one, season one had won the 5 Emmys, and just before we went to the Emmys that year, Michael Slade, my collaborating writing partner, was diagnosed with prostate cancer, and it was a very rare form of prostate cancer. So this is the whole art imitating life, imitating art situation. So Michael, through season 2, through the Emmys, through season 2, through writing and working and getting season 2 up and running, at the end of December last year, when we were not able to create season 3, which is already written and ready to go, we decided to create this one-off, this special Riley's Unforgettable School project, because it was all remote and is exactly the time when Michael's cancer came back.
Awesome.
Sad to say that my dear writing partner and collaborator, Michael Slade, has left us to go coach us from the other side. And I wanted to acknowledge his beauty and his work and his talent and what he gave me and what he's given the world through our creation. So that's the arc. So we're going to do season 3. We're going to go back in September. So I just want you to know we're going to have the completion.
Good for you.
Well, you're really winning, awards. You're getting somewhere, and you're letting the world know about gay people, but not like gay people, in leather in alleys blowing each other behind a garbage pail.
But like real gay people.
Which so many movies portray gay people. Jimmy and I live in Palm Springs in a beautiful house, and we're very, very straight and narrow. We all like
we do dinner parties.
Yeah,
we go to movies. We have 3 dogs.
we don't do 3 ways. We don't switch. We don't cheat. We have friends over. We watch television Monday nights. We play dominoes with my daughters. We live a very, I guess, a heterosexual life, if you want to call it that. Not all gay people are stoned in drag, running around getting screwed by any. I watched the Halston TV series, and I thought it was a little much for straight people to watch. And I asked a lot of straight people, and they said yes, it was a little bit much to watch when Halston was getting screwed by that black guy, and he was in pain and loving it. I don't think we have to show the world that part of us because it's not important. We're more than sex. Gay people are more than sex. We're creative. We're artists. We're actors and directors and hairdressers and
lawyers and firemen. And
we're everything out there. And you know what? Sometimes it scares parents, and they don't want their child to be that way, to be gay, because they're going to get the Halston picture in their mind. Oh my God, some big black man's going to screw my kid. And that scares them. You can't portray those pictures to the straight world. Yeah. Now that we all want to be equal, we're starting to say that everybody gets a shot at it. Let's gay people get a shot at it too. And I love what you're doing, and I think it's brilliant. And as I said before, I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
I'm a gay activist, by the way.
Thank you for that. And I think Michael's and my intention and our want was to create a story about gay men over a certain age, which are always left off the canvas of storytelling. You've got the young, you've got 30-year-olds, and then you've got Christopher Plummer, the old man down the hall with the cat. Where's the in between? And the show is gay thematic in the sense that it's about 2 men in love. It's love, period. But it's a universal theme about loss, because every single one of us will, reluctantly or openly, go through the portal of loss. And it could be a partner, it could be a child, it could be a parent, teacher, animal. Loss is inevitable, and it's how we dance with it, and it's how we make peace with it. And for us, that's why we didn't try and sell the show as a pilot, we wanted to create the story that we created. And I think I'm most proud of this work, and I'm most proud of what we were able to do and accomplish. And I think if we had turned it over to someone else, the actors would have been, I'd be recast with John Stamos, or nothing against John Stamos's, work, but I love him. But all these things would have not fallen into the place that we knew that this was our heart.
Absolutely.
Well, you're absolutely showing that gay men are not invisible.
Yeah.
And yes, we are invisible when we're over a certain age.
Yeah.
And we're in that age.
Young people are, when young people meet me, they are terrified because I'm 81 years old. And they say, still alive? Because gay people don't want to age. They want to stay young and beautiful and thin forever. The minute they get older and they have wrinkles and they're not so pretty anymore, they're not the ones that get picked up in the bars, or they're not ones that get compliments or anything. So it's a hard life. It's a vain life. It's a life of male vanity. I mean, I have no problem with it because I'm magnificent at 81.
We all are. That's the point.
Yeah, I mean, I don't look old. I will never look old. I may be dead, but I'll never look old.
and the look of it is this: is that we as a society age ourselves out of the popularity, out of
right.
And it's very, very focused in the gay world, I would think, because of the like you said, there's the young twink and then there's the older person, and they don't want to be dealing with the old people. They don't want to have to look at that. But
no,
our culture doesn't want to have to look at age. So men, women, gay, straight, it's out there. And I think the whole idea is that if we can claim that Maya Angelou quote, we are more alike than we are unalike. We are all the same.
Let me tell you a very interesting story. There was a gay bar in Hollywood called La Vie en Rose. Rock Hudson, I knew Rock Hudson for years. Rock Hudson would go to that club often. And one night I sat with him and we were talking, and I said, Rock, it's amazing that nobody is coming over to pick you up. I mean, he said, they don't. I'm old. I said, what do you mean you're old? You're Rock Hudson, the sexiest man on film. Rock Hudson, the sexiest man in the world. So he started to laugh. He said, Ron, it ain't no mo. And I thought to myself, how sad that Rock Hudson was in a gay bar and none of the young guys, he only liked young, none of the young guys would go over to him.
Yeah, it's a tragedy. It's a tragedy for everyone in the sense that, youth is wasted on the young, and
yeah, sure it is.
Absolutely, youth is wasted.
Absolutely.
It is. But I mean, now I loved Rock as a person. I met him when I worked on McMillan and Wife years ago. I was on his show. And I loved him, but I would have gone to bed with Rock Hudson in a second, and I was considerably younger than he at that time. I mean, he was magnificent. Even as an old man, he was gorgeous.
If you were single.
I didn't know you yet. This, how many years ago this love here? This is going back 25, 30 years ago.
Or more.
More, maybe. I was young. Rock was in his late 50s or early 60s.
I love it.
But it was
also a different time back then. I mean, I came into this business very closeted and very, very worried and very nervous about, being found out. It's not that I wasn't acting out or having relationships in my world, in my life, but it was very small. And I needed to expand my life. And until I could do that, I think the work was not even going to come to me. I'm closing off a part of myself. Therefore, you're closing off a part of the world and your business and your success. And I think Rock was he is one of the last great, examples of, don't talk about it. Don't admit to it. And it kind of crushed the world. Now I'm standing on his shoulders and other people's shoulders because once I came to the conclusion, if I can do a story like After Forever about my spirit and my truth and what's personal to me, it freed me up. And had you told me I'd win an Emmy for playing opposite a leading man, telling that story about Mitchell and I being friends for years, Mitchell came out early on in his career, and it still quashed his career. So we're all rearranging and we're restructuring this business in our lives. So
I love it.
Well,
I think
the other thing about Rock Hudson was he brought to light AIDS.
Yes.
I
Sad.
mean,
But
and
yes.
Elizabeth,
Sadly, yes.
and Elizabeth Taylor, who I knew for years because I worked for her with the Elizabeth Taylor Foundation for AIDS Research. I directed, produced, and was in drag shows throughout the country raising money for AMFA originally. Then we found out that the CEOs of AMFA were making $150,000 a year. So Elizabeth took a powder and she opened up Elizabeth Taylor Foundation for AIDS Research, which folks you could still give to, even though Elizabeth is gone.
I don't know if you can see this or not, but so Ron's best friend was Jane Russell.
Yeah.
Oh, I see it. Yes. Yeah.
When he was younger, he impersonated Jane Russell, and then he became her best friend later on in life. And so when he was younger, so that's Ron as Jane Russell.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
And he only
worked at-
performed in straight clubs back
Only.
in the day, in the 60s and 70s.
I did that show for about 20 something years.
Wow.
And then of course I got too old and I started to look more like Commander Gingold in drag. So, you stop working. But I raised well over 150,000 for AIDS. Not only I'm the founder, by the way, of Have a Heart. If you've ever heard of Have a Heart.
Yeah.
I founded it and I used it for years and then I gave it away to people to take care of it, and they did. I'm an activist. I was a Stonewall. I fought for gay rights. I remember when we couldn't go and drag because we'd be arrested as female, as whatever they called us.
Degenerates.
And I had to have a cabaret card in order to work. And the cabaret card said I was a man dressed as a woman. And that's humiliating that you have to show proof of who you are when you're working. We're artists.
Yeah.
And the cops used to beat us up. A lot of times the cops, if you were pretty, they'd take you in the squad car and, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. Or they would, if you were gay guys walking in the village, the cops would get you in an alley and say, give me your wallet. They take your money out and they'd let you go. So we went through a hell of a lot of crap. Black people are not the only ones that were beaten up and suffered, or any other. We were just equal. That's why black people and gay people are brother and sister, because we all felt the same bullshit from society of the others.
Yeah.
So you've come a long way.
Now
and the fact that you have
you're
this show-
standing on my shoulders.
Yes,
and
I am. Thank
and
you.
I hope that you portray what I just told you in some of your films. Show the world what the gay people had to go through. More than
Every opportunity. Absolutely.
wait,
exactly.
hang on. More than 16 in the room was called a conspiracy, and you were arrested.
Right.
Okay, for being gay. I mean, it's sinful what they did to her. You know how many kids I know committed suicide because they couldn't take the stress?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It was a horrible time.
It was, and it's now finally it's starting to maybe come out of that time, and I'm.
Well, you're doing it. And I love you.
You're
for
doing
it.
it, and you're doing
You're
it in a beautiful
absolutely
way.
doing it. You're totally fabulous.
And we're totally gonna.
I'm going to push your show like crazy.
And I am
I
too.
will.
We're gonna watch it.
We have right now. There's over 5 million people.
No, not right now. Over the show. Our shows average 5 million plays.
5 million plays. So I'm appealing to the 5 million people, the world throughout. Please watch this show. Educate.
Our chat room loves you.
Learn, educate, help gay people become free from any of the hang-ups that they were taught by the straight people, by the straight world.
And for those 5 million who are listening at any one given time, we're on Amazon in the USA and the UK only at this time. So if those people who get their eyeballs on it there in these two continents, tell your friends so we can get a distributor and take it worldwide.
Absolutely.
You should. We have a lot of people in the chat room from England, Australia right now that are watching.
But he said England, not Australia.
No, I said England and Australia.
Yes.
They'll find us though. They'll find us.
Yeah, they'll find it. So okay, so I want to because we've got like 15 minutes, and I want to talk about some other stuff to go with this. So everybody, watch After Forever. It's fabulous.
I'm watching it tonight. And I can't wait.
Some of the other things you guys have seen Kevin on, if you like soap operas, which we're friends with, like all this. We always call them soapies. Like Sean Kanan's coming on next, and I know Studio City is one of your competitors, and he's a really good friend. He of ours, but and Ron Moss and
Kevin,
by the way,
Rogers,
Sean Kanan. I give him an incredible amount of credit. and it's not competition in the sense that if he did a series, I did.
And you did a series, right?
That's if you're going to call that competition. I think Sean did an incredible job. He pulled together an incredible group, and he gave great homage to the world of soap opera. So I'm very proud.
Absolutely,
of him.
yes.
Let me tell you something about Sean Kanan.
Yeah.
I just had open heart surgery a couple of weeks ago, and I'm still recuperating. And I'm in a movie. I wrote a movie that Lainey Kazan and I are going to be in called The Gift of Magic. And we wanted to have a meeting. So I said to Sean and Michelle to come over because Michelle's going to direct it and Sean is going to be one of the producers. Guess what? They cooked an entire Italian meal, mozzarella, everything, and brought it to me so I didn't have to cook. Yeah. Now, I mean, how many people have Sean Kanan cook for them? I mean, give me a break. You know, he's all heart.
I haven't. So you're one above me there.
He's all heart.
Yeah.
His wife, I adore Michelle. I love her to pieces.
And you're right. It's not competition. You guys have done two different shows, and you both have achieved something wonderful. And
I mean, we know.
I told him. I asked him if
we both have put in our dues, and that's where I think the success comes in, because Sean has stayed in this business, and I've stayed in this business, and our successes don't necessarily happen in a straight line, or you don't connect all the dots. And so you step back and look at the pattern. And
no, absolutely.
Tristan Rogers is our good friend. Judith Chapman is our good friend.
Judith.
And I met Michael Damian. I mean, we know everybody in the biz, and they're friends.
And now we know you. That's right.
Wait a minute. They're not just acquaintances. We see them socially. We have dinner parties. We see them a lot. They are the best people in the world, and when Tristan got the Emmy, everybody was happy for him. There was no jealousy. It's bullshit. So now you're our new friend.
Yes, that's right. We'll put you on.
Where do you live? Where do you live?
I live right next door, but I haven't been talking to you all these weeks. No, I live in Los Angeles, in Hollywood.
Okay, so you're in Hollywood. So we're going to invite you to some premieres and some things. Yeah, well, I'm in a movie. I'm in a movie, the 26th. We're having a red carpet premiere.
It's in LA. Everything's in LA.
And
we have to go to LA.
After-hour party. So if you want to come and see my Academy Award performance.
I will say this right now, because I'm now sad that I'm going to be in New York for the next 2 weeks scouting location for season 3.
Oh, good for you. That's good, though.
You can give me a private screening in your home when I come down and see the show.
I wouldn't have that. I wouldn't have that film in my house.
So we have to. It's going to be a bad film, but it's going to be a lot of fun.
No, don't say it's going to be a bad film. It's going to be
an interesting
film that kids. It's called Clown Motel 2. It's about killer clowns.
Hang on, we have other things though.
Anyway, it's a good movie. Kids will enjoy it.
Jimmy's trying to move it along. Okay, give Jimmy the reins. There you go.
One reason I'm trying to move it along is because Ron is in a lot of horror movies, and I'm friends with a lot of horror movie stars. And you have been in some major horror movies. We have to talk about horror movies. We have a lady, Dawn Hinton, just joined us in the chat room, and she's like, "I hope I didn't miss the horror movie, chat." Yeah. So first of all, you played Nicholas Rogers in Friday the 13th, Part 7. Kane Hodder's a really good friend of mine.
Wait, my last name is Rogers? I didn't even know I had a last name. That's hysterical. Okay.
Oh, that's okay. So you're Nicholas in Friday the 13th, Part 7, which unfortunately probably isn't really one of your better Friday the 13th. But I noticed on your resume that you do have quite a few horror movies, because you're also in The Hills Have Eyes too. I'm friends with Michael Berryman, and those movies were awesome. For people. Yeah. So do you kind of like the horror genre?
Yeah, I mean, I think there are blood and guts horror genre, and then there's suspense horror genre. I think Friday the 13th was one that created, that brand of like, no reason to kill, just kill,
Yeah.
So, and I hate
those. I hate those. I like to be in thrillers. If it's a thriller movie, I'm all set for it. I'm in a movie called The Big Friggin' Rat, where I'm devoured by this enormous Volkswagen-sized rat. He
doesn't like those. He likes them.
You know what? It's work, and I'd rather go to work than sit home playing with myself. All right.
Well, working is learning, and learning is.
I love the crew. I love the co-stars. They're all kids.
Yeah,
they're all 30 years old. Make me feel.
My first movie was The Hills Have Eyes Part 2 with
yeah,
and it was Wes Craven. I mean, I got my first job. my first year here, and I went and I started to learn about the sets and film, because film is different than stage where I started. And
Right.
And then another movie comes along, and if you become the king of slasher film sequels like myself, you don't know why you're going to do these movies all the time. I'm not embarrassed about the work. I was cutting my teeth, and I feel that there are great relationships that I've created from those.
Absolutely.
Those movies. And they've taken me. I love to watch how the fans come to sit and talk to me at conventions, and like, we loved you in this movie, and oh my God, wasn't it scary? They're so moved by it. You're doing a service on a level that you don't even know you're doing. It's not about, was it my best work? Or, I take it. I go back and do another slasher film in a minute.
So also, you guys, you can see him. Hang on.
Hang on. People say to me, why do you do those films? I say, why? Because if two people enjoy what I do in those films, I'm happy. It was an accomplishment. And there are more than two people, because they go to Target. Those damn things sell like crazy. Walmart. I went looking for one, and they were sold out in an hour. So, there's a million people that really enjoy those cheesy films, and I'm happy that I'm in them, because you and we're making people happy. That's what we intend to do as actors. Don't you agree? I don't think there's ever a shitty performance, or shut up before I put this microphone right up your ass. Now.
So you guys, some of the films you can see them. Okay, so you got Friday the 13th, Part 7, The Hills Have Eyes, Part 2, Albino Farm, Bloodstone, Subspecies 2, Bloodlust, Subspecies 3. That's funny. He also has like a little role in At Pupil, which that was a major film with Ian McKellen and Brad Renfro and Joshua Jackson. If you like soap operas, besides After Forever, which has 6 daytime Emmy Awards, he was on Days of Our Lives for a very long time, One Life to Live, Valley of the Dolls, when they did the remake in 1994 with Sally Kirkland, who's a friend of Ron's.
Yep. Good
Rituals, which I don't know what Rituals. I don't remember Rituals, but it's 89 episodes, so it wasn't on a little bit of time.
Rituals was the first syndicated soap opera that was moving across daytime and nighttime, and it was a day.
Okay.
We didn't have syndicate channels set up the way they are now. Like had Rituals happened maybe in 1991. It would have probably been as big as A Days of Our Lives or such, but we didn't have that yet. Now we got the internet, so everything's
right. That's
you can
right.
Put anything out there.
You can put anything up there. You guys have also seen him on Quantum Leap, The Facts of Life, Married with Children, Friends, VIP with what's her name? Pamela Anderson, right? That was Pamela Anderson. Silk Stockings. So he's had all kinds of wonderful things. Do you, if you had a bucket list, let's say you had a bucket list and you've already worked with, I didn't mention all the actors you've worked with who are in all these different things, but let's say you had a bucket list and you were allowed to pick a male and a female actor that you haven't had an opportunity to work with yet. Who are two people that you think would be really fun to work with? And the other question I like to ask actors, if you could have ever been in any film that's ever been made in history, what film would you have liked to have been in?
Oh. Now I could have done my homework for you. I got to go through my mental what movie. I'll just pick Singing in the Rain.
Okay.
Because who doesn't like to sing in the rain after falling in love and singing to Debbie Reynolds. I mean, I just grew up on movie musicals, and I don't know. I think actors. I would love to work opposite Meryl Streep. I mean,
everybody. A lot of people say that. Okay.
I don't know why that is.
I would. Well, why is it? Because she's a fucking phenomenal force, and.
But there are so many other actresses that are phenomenal.
Wait! Stop! I said you gave me this question, and my mind is flooding. I could sit there and go, no, I don't know. I want to work with everybody. I've worked with Hugh Jackman. I've worked with Sir Ian McKellen. There's a million actors. I haven't worked with Meryl. So here's my answer.
Hugh Jackman is freaking awesome. So you did. I think I read. So Michael Musto is a friend of ours, and I read an interview he did with you, which I don't know if that's where I saw the Hugh Jackman thing. But so you were like his understudy on Broadway, right? For something.
I was his standby, which means I was never on the stage while the show was going on. So in case he were to not be in case of his absence, I would step on. He never missed a show, but
They never do. Quite a wonderful talent.
He is very very supportive. And I feel that he did not have to create the communication or the relationship with me as a standby and someone who is waiting. And I wasn't waiting the wings. I was hired to be his standby. And what that means is I learn the show and I support the show and I do what I'm supposed to do. It has, however, created such an incredible support from him. He loves After Forever. He's watched all the series. He's been very, very supportive of it. And so I'm grateful to know Hugh.
That's very, very cool.
So maybe he'll come on the show now.
You should put him on your.
Have you invited him on your show?
I have. We're trying to find the right thing for him.
There you go. Good for
That'll
you.
be a big
So
rating for you.
Because he's a very good, singer and dancer and everything. So, and you worked on Broadway. So does that mean you also sing and dance?
I sure do. Actually, I'll be down
with that
for
voice.
sure.
Of course,
I'll be in Palm Springs at the One Night Only concert this year in November 11th. I don't know the dates. I didn't have that ready in front of me, but last year the benefit was canceled, of course, due to COVID, and this year they're mounting the One Night Only show at the McAllen,
awesome.
which is Mr. Michael Childers' event.
Right.
Oh, and in the chat room too, they're writing that you were the winner of the GLAAD Media Award in 2021 for special recognition for After Forever. They're everybody's researching you as we're talking. Congratulations on that, though. So I'm so happy that you're getting so much recognition for something that you create. For something that you created.
You know what is so wonderful about what he's doing is, I'm going back 40, 50, 60 years ago when we used to talk about things like this. I remember sitting with not Marlon Brando, maybe one of those big stars years ago at the Improv, and they were saying, "Do you think we'll ever be on television as gay?" And it was like, forget about it. What are you out of your fucking mind? Never. They're gonna put fags on television? Never, never, never. And we really resented it, because Marlon was gay, and a lot of the performers I grew up with were gay. Gay women as well as gay men, and they had to hide it. And we all used to talk among each other and say, wouldn't it be nice if we could play a gay character? And now you've brought it to us. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I love it.
No, it took how many friggin' years? Took
Yes,
60, 70 years to get it.
Yeah, it's an evolution. And I think, like I mentioned, had you asked me as a teenager, had you asked me as a young adult in this business in Hollywood, at 21, at 30, at 42, had you asked me, if you would have told me I would be winning awards and
I'd never believe you. I'd never believe you.
I would have said
I would have said, stop the drugs. You're out of your friggin' mind. Never going to happen.
Yeah.
But then when they started doing gays, we were always in drag murdering people, or we were perverts in leather in alleys killing people. And they only made us victims, and they punished us in every movie because we were gay. So we really didn't like that portrayal of gay people. We wanted to be just what you're doing. And I don't know how you tell me how this came about. I mean, how'd you have the balls to do this?
Just like I said to Michael, I said, I'm ready to tell stories that are important to myself and himself. And they weren't writing roles with my name on. I didn't see them coming down the pike in any way. So I just thought, if I don't stay creative, if I don't put content out there, knowing that we are now able to do our own content. I mean, if you've got a cell phone, you can make a movie. But I saw something I wanted to do, and I wanted to make a space for it, and I didn't do it alone. I mean, Michael and I really collaborated. We've thought about what each scene, each scenario, each season would be about. This season 3 coming up is actually is probably the final trilogy of our short form. If someone wants to pick a show and base another story off of that, to create with that. But we had set out to do the arc of 3 seasons, and it's about honoring your truth, honoring your heart and your spirit. And if it's personal to you, and I know this as an actor, when I'm involved in a role, the character is going through some sort of healing, some sort of evolution. And those roles that I usually take on, even like the Friday the 13th movies, there's something about Nick that I had to work out as Kevin, right? Because I'm playing the part. How can it not? So, and I think if you're seeing the part being worked through, if you're seeing the emotional, evolution of this character, you're going to be touched, hopefully. So if I'm healing, hopefully you're healing. And that's kind of how After Forever was really, put in.
I love it.
It's like it's connecting, you have to do that. You have to connect yourself with the part, with the character, and then portray it and make it sell. It's a difficult thing. We all do that. I mean, when we get a script, we see the character we are, we analyze it, we read it, we think about it. And I say to myself, if I met this guy in the subway and I spoke to him, I wonder what he's like. And the character just comes to life. So
actually, Teresa from South Florida said you shattered the glass ceiling. They all love you.
We have a lot of gay people in our audience, by the way.
And somehow Beeson lives in Germany, but she says she can get the series in Germany somehow. I don't know exactly how.
Good.
But she said she's going to get it.
However she wants to get it, I say get it and spread it around. So
absolutely.
Mark
So we'll spread it all around. So listen up, you guys. You can follow Kevin. He's on Twitter and Instagram. He's at Kevin Spirtas. So it's Spirtas. So it's KEVIN Spirtas. Follow him Instagram and Twitter. He doesn't really tweet that much. I think he's on Instagram more.
I'm more on Facebook. And I'm actually more on Instagram. And you can always follow me, on my website, afterforevertheseries.com.
There you go. Afterforevertheseries.com, you guys. We want to thank you for coming on the show. Wish you all the luck with it. You've been a great guest. Love what you're actually doing. Also, love that you made a bunch of horror movies.
And I want to thank you for taking my torch and running with it, because I'm tired.
Thank you. No, I'm honored. I'm tired,
Kevin. I'm tired.
What?
I've been fighting for gay rights all my life. Now you do it. Take it over.
Okay, I will.
He's doing a great job already.
I can die a happy guy one day. I can say, okay, we got somewhere. We got somebody like you and a few other people out there who are doing things to make us look good and normal and Americans, just people.
So Kevin, do me a favor. Say hi to Pat. Say hi to Cindy. Say hi to B, and say hi to Teresa, because they're all loving you. So Pat, Cindy, Teresa. Who did I say? And B.
Oh, God. Pat, Teresa, and one more whose name was said very quickly. Hello to all.
B, Claudia.
Now you know who you look like?
B, yes.
I've been trying to figure out who you look like. And there are times that you look like Marcello Mastroianni. Have you ever been told that?
I have been told that. Yes.
You look like Marcello Mastroianni, and that's not shit.
No,
that's good.
My late teacher, Milton Katsalis, he'd say that all the time.
Yeah, I see Marcello. You know who Marcello Mastroianni is?
He's in all the Sophia Loren movies, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Kevin, thank you so much for coming on. We want to thank Harlan Bull for setting this whole thing up. Congratulations,
Harlan!
And everybody, watch After Forever. It's a fabulous show.
Harlan, if you're on this right now and you're listening, I need to talk to you. Okay, I want to put together a show with Tippy and a bunch of your people talking about Hollywood, the golden years. I can't get to Harlan. I don't know why.
No, I can. I got his phone number.
Well, give me his phone number.
Anyway, so Kevin, thank you so much. Good luck. Congratulations for everything. Great scouting on season 3, and we hope to see you in Hollywood soon.
You betcha. In person, because I want to shake your hand.
Okay. All righty. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye. Have a good one.
I bet you do.
Stay happy.
All right.
Keep up the good work.
Everybody loved him.
Well, he's doing a wonderful thing for a great group of people. I mean, we've always been portrayed as crap and junk. There he is, the man.
What's up? Hey, Sean, how you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you. You were just talking to my buddy Kevin, huh?
Yeah, he spoke very highly of you.
He did. I don't know why, but he did. Meanwhile, we haven't seen you in years. You don't like us anymore?
Hold on. Hold on. Before Sean comes on, let's make a real introduction for him. So, hey, everybody. Now we want to welcome to the Jimmy Star Show with Ron Russell. the incredibly talented superstar Sean Kanan. Hello and welcome to the show.
That was a pretty good intro, Jimmy. How you guys doing?
We're good. How are you?
We're doing good.
Good.
We had a good time with Kevin, and now we're going to have a good time with you. I'm not going to have to introduce Ron. You've been on enough times. I don't have to do it. But we have a chat room filled with people.
We're good friends. Meanwhile,
wait. We have a chat room full of people. So say hi to everybody in the chat room.
Hey, everyone. I don't know who you are, but hi.
Well, you got to definitely say hi to Cindy Lady Lake because she's like, oh, my gosh, Sean Kanan's coming on. I'm so excited.
Hi, Cindy.
She'll love it. And say hi to B. Claudia, too. She's in Germany. She loves everything.
I told
hi, Claudia.
I told all the women to make sure they have fresh batteries in their vibrators because, Sean Kanan's coming on. And I got a lot of response. Yeah, I just changed them. But anyway, I love your wife, Michelle. I'm going to kidnap her.
I think she's a keeper.
She's such a keeper. It's not even funny.
She is so incredibly smart. I never knew that.
No.
I never knew she was brilliant. I knew she was beautiful.
Ron, here's the scary thing. In relationships I had prior to Michelle, I used to think I was the brains of the operation. How frightening is that? So, Michelle is, I'll tell you a quick story. So one day I came home, this was years ago, and I see all over the dining room table are giant computer parts and the shell of a computer. And I said, what the hell are you doing? And she said, I'm building a computer. And I go, what do you mean you're building a computer? I didn't know it until she told me she's certified to build computers. The stuff that woman knows how to do. It's a good thing I found her.
Amazing, and you're a beautiful couple. I always tell people that the love is so fresh and lasting and wonderful in a world of where people don't love long sometimes. But I have this friggin' head cold, Sean. I can't get rid of it.
No.
I still have it. I had it when you came over the other day.
So hold on, you guys.
Anyway, everybody out there, I told the other fellow the story how Sean and Michelle cooked for me because they didn't want me, broken to cook, which I don't have the energy to cook.
No.
And they cooked for us. And it was wonderful. And everybody's flipping out all over the world saying, my God, what a good friend. My cousins in Italy love and adore Sean because they remember him from some television show years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Dancing with the Stars in Italy, right? Weren't you in Dancing?
Are they watching?
Yeah, my cousin Lelia is out of her mind. That I don't know if they watch the show, but my cousin Lelia, who is my age, she loves you. Anyway,
so hold on, let's go. So everybody, this is Sean Kanan. Anybody who doesn't know him, I want to do a quick little bragging thing. First of all, you can follow him on Twitter at Sean Kanan. It's SeanKanan. His Instagram is Sean.Kanan. So they're not the same. You got to check it. He's was Mike Barnes in The Karate Kid 3. He's a phenomenal actor. You've seen him as Deacon Sharp on both The Bold and the Beautiful and The Young and the Restless. He did a couple episodes of The Bay. He was AJ Quartermain on General Hospital. He was on Sunset Beach. I didn't know that you were on an episode of The Nanny because that's Ron's favorite show from back in the day.
I was a fan of The Nanny, and I worked with her on Happily Divorced.
I'd like to see the Nanny episode. What number was it? Do you know? Do you remember?
Oh, God, I don't remember.
When you could find it, give me the episode number.
Yeah,
he was also.
All you got to do is go to IMDb and you'll see it. It'll give you all the information.
Yeah, we'll have to look it up. He was also on two Perry Mason TV movies, you guys, and now he plays.
Well, you guys are going way deep into my acting past.
I know. I didn't realize this, so I never really looked at all that stuff up, and so I'm looking it up now. So then, you guys, now. He's on he's on Studio City, you guys. Not only did he write it, he stars as Sam Stevens, who plays Dr. Pierce Hartley in a soap opera. So it's like life imitating life.
Wait a minute. Did you write that with Michelle, or did Michelle write it?
A whole bunch of people wrote it.
Michelle and I wrote it together along with Lauren de Normandy. And,
okay.
Yeah, this
I wanted to, because I know you produced it. You produced it, Michelle, and you wrote it. Okay.
And he stars in it as Sam Stevens. So first of all, you guys,
wait, and soon next year you could see him playing my son in our movie called The Gift of Magic.
So hang on,
starring Lainey Kazan and yours truly.
So you guys, Studio City, it's on Amazon Prime. In 2020, it got seven Emmy nominations, 1 win, 8.
Oh,
you got to fix that shit on IMDb.
Oh,
okay,
damn them.
So 8 Emmy nominations. Tristan Rogers won for Outstanding Performance. It got 11 nominations in the Indie Series Award. It won Best Actor and Best Supporting Actress for Carolyn Hennessy and Patrika Darbo, and Best Writing. Now 2021 nominations are out. It's nominated for Daytime Emmy Outstanding Limited Drama Series, and it is freaking awesome, you guys. It's on Amazon Prime, so we watched all of it 2 nights ago. The rest
And
of
I got to tell you, the you and Ron Moss thing was adorable. It was funny.
Yeah.
I mean, the way he stayed.
and he shoots a bird. It was
No,
hilarious.
wait. The way he stayed deadpan faced. He never moved a muscle. He just
Who knew Ron was
stood there like a statue.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
It was good.
Ron Moss was funny.
It was very good. I enjoyed it.
And you guys know Ron Moss because he was on our show last week, and
with his lovely wife
with
Devin.
Devin DeVasquez, and he's also in Player, Baby Come Back. So
Right.
tell us what's going on now.
Oh,
with
that's what I liked. I liked your line when you said to him,
Baby back. Yeah.
Baby Come
baby,
Back.
come back. I cracked up when I heard that. That was clever. Yeah, baby, come back.
Oh yes, in the chat room they're asking where to see it. So you guys, Studio City, it was on Amazon Prime, you guys, and you can see it. It's a fabulous show. It's a lot of fun, and
Fun, fast moving.
yes, very fast moving. And I just, number one, congratulations on all the things you got. We're going to talk about your books too, but I wanted to let's go over Studio City a little bit since Emmy time is now. And
Well, I want to say something that Sean corrected me on. When we were talking and I said something about soap operas, Sean said, I'm more than a soap opera actor. I'm also a movie actor. And I want to make that point. Sean Kanan is a movie star and a television. Shut up, the fuck are you? I might get another meal this week. He's a movie star and a television personality. So there you go.
Actually, hold on. He is a movie star. So here's 2 movies.
We love you, Sean.
You guys,
We
here's
do.
a movie he did in 2019, Beyond the Law, with Johnny Messner, Steven Seagal, Zach Ward, who's been on our show, Bill Cobbs, and unfortunately the late DMX. He just did a movie, Killing Field, with Bruce Willis, Chad Michael Murray, Sarah Romer, Donna D'Erico, Christos Andrews, and Zach Ward, and they've been on the show. And so he is a movie star, and he just knows. And let's face it, the Karate Kid 3, like Karate Kid shit, is the hottest thing on the fucking planet right now. Anything, Karate Kid, and he was Mike Barnes, who was like the total badass.
And he cannot commit yet about Cobra Kai. What is it called? What is that shit called?
It's called Cobra Kai.
Cobra. He can't commit.
Burn or deny.
But I think that maybe he's going to definitely be in Cobra Kai. They'd be out of their minds if they didn't put him in because he's such an important part of the history of Cobra Kai. Not that I
Karate
ever
Kid.
watched. I never watched the movie because I hate those karate movies. But I will watch it when Sean's in it out of respect to his art.
So here's the other thing a lot of people might not know about the Karate Kid 3 and Mike Barnes is that Sean Kanan actually is like a freaking karate person. Like he's like not he's not an actor playing like he knows karate. He's a karate guy who became an actor.
Okay. We are in a little cabaret, sort of a tavern, and my daughter Deirdre is with us. And Deirdre's like 6 foot high when she's in high heels, and Deirdre had her hair pulled back in a bun and no makeup. When she went to the ladies' room, a couple of guys got nasty and they called her a man or something. She was a lesbian, I don't know what it was, and Deirdre turned around and let them have it. Well, Sean Kanan got up, he jumped into karate kill position, and he said, come on.
All he did was defend her.
Wait, he said, come on, you're talking about my friend. Apologize. And the guys got so scared. I loved it. I thought it was sexy. And Michelle and I smiled. I said, "Is it always like that?" She said, "Always."
You gotta
we enjoyed. Meanwhile, wait.
Italian. I've got that Italian hot blood in me.
No, my daughter Deirdre loves and adores you for that, and she always tells us when we talk. No, she said he stuck up for me, and that was so sweet. Stop it.
Actually, they're all saying in the chat room, very impressive. So let's talk a little bit about your karate background a little bit, because so you were a karate guy before you actually auditioned for Karate Kid back then?
I talk about this a lot in my book, Way the Cobra. I was I grew up in Western Pennsylvania, and I was an undisciplined kid. I wasn't like criminally wild, but I was wild. And when I was about 14 years old, I stepped foot into a Japanese karate dojo, and it gave me a lot of things that I was lacking. I mean, it really taught me discipline and humility, and a lot of things that you might not really associate with martial arts, but are a part of it, which is compassion. And it really had a profound effect on my life. I'd studied karate for probably 3.5, 4 years before I did Karate Kid 3. And then I trained with Pat Johnson, who Pat Johnson's, I believe, a 9th degree black belt in Tang Soo Do. I've trained in some Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and American kickboxing. And, you know, martial arts has always been something that's really been an important part of my life. You know, I recommend it to anybody, and especially for kids. It's a wonderful way for kids to gain self-confidence. And, you know, bullying has become such a pandemic.
Yes.
You know, and especially with cyberbullying too. You know, bullying has gone to a completely different level now with kids getting bullied. And unfortunately, suicide is the 4th leading cause of death among adolescents, and bullying is a huge contributor to it. And I feel that, you know, studying martial arts is not about learning to fight, although you learn to do that, but it's learning to exude confidence and get in touch with who you are and kind of bring out the best of who you are and express yourself.
And you've continued, though, to do this even since then, because like I've realized if you guys follow his Instagram, you see him like working out with like the.
It's really funny.
No, I agree with self-defense. When I was a kid, I learned to go up on the top of a roof with a brick, and when somebody I didn't like walked by, I would target and hit them in the head with the brick. So that took talent. So it was easier than karate. Karate, you have to learn so much. My way is get a brick, go on the roof, drop it on them, and that's it.
Brick tay. Yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
brick tay.
It's called brick tay.
No, so listen, if you guys follow Sean on his Instagram, it's Sean.Kanan, you see like he's been doing all kinds of training on there a couple of months ago.
I got to get training again because yesterday I just booked a film, and it's an MMA storyline, and I play an ex-MMA fighter who has to train his brother for a fight to square away a gambling debt, or they're going to kill his family. And so it looks like I'm right back into it.
I love that.
So Sean shows me a picture of him with his forearm like this, and I said, "That's CGI, right?" He said, "No, that's my arm." I said, "We don't have an arm that big." And then he flexed it for me. He's got some big muscular arm.
Really good lighting, though.
Like really look at my muscle. See my muscle?
Not bad.
So wait, I have a question. Like, so do you like the like? I love the fighting movies, but I watch him when he's not around. But like, The Best of the Best is like one of my all-time favorite movies. I watch it every year.
You know, I grew up, and for me, going to movies, and I would go by myself, was a form of escapism. And I think when you grow up in a small town, you tend to look beyond your immediate vista to the larger world. And you know, Bruce Lee in Enter the Dragon, and Clint Eastwood in The Outlaw Josie Wales, and Alec Guinness's Obi-Wan Kenobi were like my earliest mentors. And they also were what spurred my desire to get into acting. But Bruce Lee, when I was a kid, was, you know, he was so amazing because he was, I don't know if transracial is the right word, but it wasn't like you're watching a movie about an Asian guy. He was this guy that was a force of nature who happened to be Asian. And he was, you know, people forget what an enormous star he was. And so martial arts films have had a profound impact on me for a very long time.
So what are some of your favorite ones? Wait, what are some of your? Wait, I want to know.
Interject something extremely important, which he could misconstrue something. When he said movies was escapism, it was not from his mom and dad, because I know them, and they're wonderful people. So don't think he was escaping from the family. No, I want to clarify that, because people might think he hated his family and he was running away. I mean, you have a wonderful mother and father. I like them so much.
You know, it's funny, even to this day, you know, I love going to the movies by myself. There's something about, you know, sitting in the dark and looking at that amazing 30-foot screen, which I find transfixing. And from the time I was really young, I found it mesmerizing. And I think that's a lot of the reason why eventually I got into being an actor. You know, I saw it as such a powerful medium for being able to express yourself.
So you walked into a dojo when you were 14, and how old were you when you played Mike Barnes?
I was 21 actually.
Okay.
So, yeah, I was 21. I had gone to school for 2 years at Boston University working on my political science degree. And then, I knew I was going to have to go to New York or LA to pursue acting seriously. And I figured it would be easier to be broke where the weather's nice. And so I came out to LA. I joined CLA and finished my degree in political science at the same time as getting Karate Kid 3. So it was like a real nip and tuck, me graduating. And to this day, my father still thinks they're going to recount the credits and find out there was a mistake.
I love it. Okay, so he's got this wonderful career, you guys, and everybody needs to watch Studio City because it really is very, very fun, and it's very well written, and it's very well acted, and Sean's great in it, and it's got an all-star cast.
And Tristan Rogers, we know.
Fantastic.
We know him socially, and my God, Tristan just made you want to
Did that
fall
last scene
apart.
break your heart?
Fall apart. I mean, he was just so pathetic and so not Tristan in the real world. Because Tristan in the real world is always laughing and smiling.
I'm really proud of that scene because we were really rushed.
And the close-up was dangerous. My God, you went right into his paws.
Yeah, we were really crushed for time, and we had an idea of what we wanted the scene to be. And I went in a room and I wrote a scene for me and Tristan, and I would say that about 40% of what I wrote got into that scene, but so much of it was Tristan's. He's heartbreaking in this show, and he's funny. And Sarah Joy Brown, who plays my sister. I mean, I'm so lucky to work with such good actors that it just elevates whatever we write is elevated and made better.
So why don't you give it like a little, if you know the people that are in the cast off the top of your head, because I don't know all of them. I know Carolyn Hennessy, Patricia Darbo.
Sure. So there's Carolyn Hennessy. She plays the producer of the show within a show.
What a bitch! What a bitch!
And she's so fun in real life. I love it.
I love her. I love her lines. I love what she says to you. She is one fucking bitch.
She's so funny. She plays the producer of the show within a show called Hearts on Fire, which is the #2 show in daytime. I play Sam Stevens. I'm the aging soap star. And, you kind of think at the beginning that I've got the world by the tail, and you learn very quickly that Sam is a very flawed guy who deals with all sorts of, as we say in Yiddish, mishigas. And
that's right.
And Tristan plays my stepfather. Sarah Joy Brown, 3-time Emmy Award winner, plays my sister. Patricia Darbo plays my mother. My stepdaughter, Juliet Vega, plays my maybe daughter. The DNA test hasn't come back yet. We got some other great actors. A guy named Phil Bruin, who plays the handsome younger doctor opposite me, who's my foil, and he's always nipping at my heels. We're really lucky to have a great cast, and these people are so dedicated. We managed to do 5 new episodes during COVID under really difficult restrictions, obstacles, challenges, and everybody just rallied. And I think the net effect of that is that it really crystallized us as a cast. And not the least of which is my wife, Michelle, who wears multiple hats in this as a writer.
Oh, wait a minute. Hang on.
You gotta let me take our show.
No, wait a minute. A wheelchair comes into the scene and I'm crying. I'm laughing my ass off because it's Michelle with the babachka on her head.
No.
I was cracking up laughing.
Cancer, and I'm looking at my beautiful wife
I know, but I cracked up, Sean, because she didn't say a word. She just looked so pathetic.
And when the camera was behind her, she would make faces at me like
that. She would.
And it's really interesting and fun working with my wife on a lot of different levels.
Absolutely.
You should watch it, everybody. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. I don't bullshit.
We
anybody.
also should give a shout out to Timothy Woodward Jr. because he's I know you've been he's a phenomenal director. He makes great films, and you've been in because that was one of the films, The Beyond the Law. That was one of his films, right?
Yeah, I've done 2 or 3 films with Tim. Yeah, he's
And,
fantastic. He's directed all the episodes of Studio City, which I think gives it a really cinematic and homogeneous look. The episodes all have a very specific look to them. We've got a terrific Spanish cinematographer named Pablo Diaz, who is nominated for an Emmy for outstanding lighting this year. And
I have a question. Why don't you use a steady cam? The camera shaking all the time was a little disconcerting for me because I like a steady shot.
I think Tim and Pablo decided to do that because they wanted to create a very different look between when we're watching the soap opera within the show and then we're watching the real world outside, and everything from I guess there is still music sometimes when you watch a soap opera, but we have very different sound design when we're watching the soap opera, Hearts on Fire, and then this sort of very quick staccato music, almost an entourage type feel when we're in the outside world. So
actually, somebody in the chat, Miss Kim in the chat room, says that Sean and Tristan are going to be at TerrifCon in Connecticut, July 30th to August 1st.
Terrificon, yeah.
Terrific.
Yes.
Terrificon, okay.
Connecticut at the Mohegan Sun. I believe it's July
30th to August.
That's
1st.
a very big casino,
Yeah, that's what
Mohegan. Oh, it's gigantic. It's a beautiful casino.
So
Mohegan.
everybody needs to get their tickets for Terrificon, and when you're there, you'll be able to get your own copy of Sean's brand new book, Way of the Cobra. Because right now, the only way you can get this phenomenal self-help, fabulous book is to go to wayofthecobra.com, and you can get a copy of the book. You can also get an autographed copy of the book. It's fabulous, and we're going to let Sean tell you a little bit about it now.
First of all, how much is the book? Everybody needs to know that.
I think.
The book's $25, and I think it's $50 if you get it autographed. And
there you go, folks. It's a collectible.
It is worth every dime, and I'll tell you, I'm getting emails from people all over the world, and it's so humbling telling me that the information in this book has been absolutely transformative in their lives. Just to tell you a little about the book, it's written under the structure that you're a student in my dojo. I'm the sensei, and I'm teaching you Way of the Cobra. And Cobra is an acronym formed from the words character, optimization, balance, respect, and abundance. And speak of the devil, Timothy Woodward's calling me. Hold on, I gotta. Hey Tim, you must be psychic. I'm doing a podcast right now, and we were just talking
about you.
We're talking about you. Okay, yeah, I was just told that. What? Tell me. Wait, tell me. What? I just got invited to be a presenter on the Emmy Awards on CBS. Wow.
You guys are hearing it here live.
What did he get? What happened?
He got invited to be a presenter at the Emmy Awards on CBS.
Oh, of course. Why not? Good. Now hang up and come back. Get rid of him.
Let me hang up because I'm on live, and I was just talking about I'll call you back ASAP. Bye.
That's terrific.
Congratulations.
No, I mean, we're like the little engine that could. We're a show. We don't have a big budget. We really do this on a shoestring, and I've been on the big shows before, and I kind of took it for granted that when I was on General Hospital and I was on Bold and the Beautiful, I was a presenter a couple times, and I never would have expected that, being on our little show, that I would get to present on the actual CBS broadcast. So I'm kind of digesting it, guys. It's really humbling.
It's terrific. Yay. You're going to be on the enemas. That's what I told Tristan when Tristan won the Emmy. I wrote to him. I said, "Congratulations on winning the enema."
Oh my God, that's so funny.
Teresa loved it.
So let's go back. Congratulations, first of all. Let's go back to Way of the Cobra. Abundance.
Let me finish about the book. So here's the thing. In the introduction of the book, I say, look, I got good news and I've got bad news. And if you're like me and Don Corleone, you insist on getting the bad news first. So here it is. I said, I don't have a silver bullet that is going to instantly transform you into that uber successful, disciplined beast that we all want to be. And in the book, we call that being a cobra. And the tagline for the book is Unleash Your Inner Badass. The good news is that it's like the Zen riddle. How did the ship get in the bottle? It was already there. Everything you need is already within you. You just have to learn to let it out. And people say to me, well, how do you know this stuff works? And these are the battle-tested strategies that I've used in my life to achieve some of my success. And about 3 years ago, I was in a place I think a lot of people can relate to. I'd had some pretty significant success in my life. I had some epic failures, some of which were very well publicized. And I was 50-ish years old, looking in the mirror going, what's next? What's my second act here? And I was 35 pounds overweight. I had no prospects for work. And I decided that I needed to start doing some things very quickly, very differently. And I decided that rather than wait for my ship to come in, I was going to build the damn ship. And I just had to figure out how. And these are the actions that I took and the strategies that I took that really allowed me to turn things around. And in that 1 year, I co-authored Success Factor X, my second book, which became an Amazon Prime new release. We got Studio City on Amazon Prime, got nominated for 8 Emmys, and I lost the 35 pounds. And I don't tell people that to impress them. I tell it to impress upon them what is possible if you're ready to make changes and to lead the life that you want to lead.
I rebuild every year. I do. And on 81, I think I'm a pretty good structure that has been rebuilt, remanufactured, reinvented. I mean, I started off as an actor, became a drag queen, and became an actor again and a television host of one of the most successful shows, of which you never told the director you were speaking to the name of. You said you were on a podcast. What you should have said was, excuse me. No. You should have said it. I'm on the greatest podcast ever with Ron Russell, who is sensational and terrific and wonderful. And that guy, and
you guys should have Tim on, because we're really lucky this guy directed our episodes, because he's directed probably 15 feature films with some incredibly big stars. And for us to have a guy that's a feature film director that's doing these big films, I think he's about to start one with Sam Elliott, and he's been wonderful to me, putting me in his films. But to have this guy directing ours is one of the reasons why the show, has done as well as it has. So
he's a cool guy. We've met him several times. We met him at the Studio City premiere, and we met him at the Success Factor X book signing.
Right.
And so listen up, everybody. So
wait, I have something more to say. Meanwhile, I love the guy who used to be a woman and is now a man, who was on your show.
Oh, Turner Schofield.
Oh, I love him. He is the sweetest, the kindest, the most wonderful human being I've met in a long time.
I can't say stuff about Scott Turner Schofield. Scott is a male transgender actor. He is he's not just a transgender actor. He's a brilliant actor. And he is one of the strongest, most fearless people I know. And he was
nominated for an Emmy.
And we are just so lucky to have him as a part of our cast. And diversity is really important to us. It's important that we tackle socially relevant issues. So we have a really strong LGBTQ storyline, and we've dealt with stuff like Me Too and ageism and all sorts of stuff. And we like to think we do it in a way where we're not beating you over the head, because nobody wants to be preached to. At the end of the day, people want to be entertained. But if we can make you think a little bit, laugh a little bit, maybe cry a little bit, then I think we're doing our job.
You're doing your job.
So hang on. So I want to go back to the book. So listen up, you guys. So the only way you can get the book, if you're not going to Terrificon, is to go to wayofthecobra.com. And I'm just assuming you're going to have books with you at Terrificon. I will.
And we're holding off on putting it on Amazon for a while, because we're in the process of building an extraordinary interactive Way of the Cobra website. And I want people to go get the book from the website. And it's going to have all sorts of opportunities to interact with me, to watch videos that put the lessons in the book into work, and to join a weekly live meeting with me on a subscription basis, where you're going to learn Way of the Cobra straight from the sensei.
I love it. So if you only have enough money to buy one book, you have to buy Way of the Cobra. Now, if you have
I've got
money
5 kids.
if you have money to buy 2 books, then you want to go and get a copy of Success Factor X. Sean wrote this book with Joe Lieberman, and it's basically inspiration and wisdom and advice from 50 of America's best. And Timothy, the director who just told him he's going to be at the Emmys, right, is in this, and all kinds of superstar people are in this.
Robbins, Daryl McDaniels, founding member of Run DMC, Coach K from Duke, amazing.
Tristan Rogers.
Yeah, Tristan Rogers. And they all share their idea of success and some of the secrets that got them there. And it's really interesting when you start looking at common denominators that all these people from, ostensibly different backgrounds have, and that have had different journeys to achieve success, that they all use some of the same strategies. And it reminded me of something that my acting teacher, the late Roy London, used to say. He said, I have more in common with a successful plumber than I do with an unsuccessful acting coach. And I thought about that for a while. And it's because some of the very same things that it takes to be a successful plumber are the same things it takes to be a successful baseball player or acting.
Successful anything.
Success is success.
Yeah, and Sean Kanan gave us this book free, and he signed it, and I'm willing to sell it to you for $15.
Yeah, right. No, going back to Success Factor X, you guys, the added bonus of this book after you bought Way of the Cobra is the fact that I actually wrote the foreword to this book. He asked me to write the foreword.
Right.
Oh my God, how could I not even say that? Of course you did.
It was a total honor, and I was super happy about it.
And Jimmy got great reviews
and
about it.
Yeah, my
and I was amazed. I read it and I said he can spell.
Well,
and then now if you have after you've bought the 2 books in the order, Way of the Cobra and then Success Factor X. The first time we met Sean, he had another book. It was called The Modern Gentleman: Cooking and Entertaining with Sean Kanan. How to be a gentleman and actually, take care of your lady. And so you can get that one, and that one's on Amazon too. Because I don't know, does that have its own website or no? Is that just on Amazon?
You can, I believe you can get that at I always forget this website my wife made for me. I think it's called SeanKananActor.com. I think. Just, you know what? You go on Amazon and you can get it. Amazon.com.
But again, the first one you got to get is Way of the Cobra. But
the first book he ever did was when he was the centerfolder in Play. What's it called?
Centerfold, Ron. I was
Playman. You were the cover. You were not the centerfold.
All right. Here's what. No, I was afraid where they put the staple. Look, here's what happened.
Yeah. Well, wait a minute. What magazine? That's Playboy, not Playboy. Playgirl.
Yeah. You know what happened was I just joined General Hospital, and they grabbed me and Steve Burton and one other guy, and they said, we're going to do a photo shoot for Playgirl. I was going to be boxing. One of the other guys is riding a horse, whatever. And I never in a million years thought that they would call me and say, we're choosing you to be on the cover. And I was a lot of different weird feelings, but yeah, they put me on the cover. I was not naked inside, but it was flattering, I guess. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, I was on the cover of a magazine in drag as Jane Russell. I think it was Newsweek magazine in Long Island. I have it somewhere in my collection of junk. It's a beautiful picture of me. I mean, with a thing with I'll show it to you when you come.
So okay, now it's time to do some hypothetical stuff because we don't get to do this often. No, we're usually running. So everybody get the books, watch Studio City. Okay, so now you've had a crazy successful career, but let's put a bucket list thing now together. So you could act, and you've worked with so many big people. But let's say you could a movie role came and you could choose whoever you were going to work with, male and female, actor and actress. Who are 2 people that would be on your bucket list, and you're like, holy shit, I'd really love to work with?
That's Ron Russell. What else?
That's happening, so that's not on the bucket list.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
I would say that Robert Downey Jr.
is
somebody I would really love to work with.
Good choice.
And honestly, I would like to work with Daniel Day-Lewis. I'd like to see, pushing myself into something that, the discipline and transformation that would probably be required to be in one of his movies. I would like the opportunity to, really stretch my boundaries.
One of the greatest actors of all time. I mean, he is such a great
probably
actor.
probably is the greatest actor of maybe all time. As far as females, as far as actresses, I really like Kate Blanchett. I think she's
Love
you,
Kate.
yay!
Love Kate. Love her.
think
I'd
she's
love to work
terrific.
with her.
I like I mean Jodie Foster is phenomenal.
Oh yeah, Jodie Foster would be a good
And you know,
one, too.
listen, I know she's up there, but just I mean, it would be amazing to work with Sophia Loren. I just think
I did.
Did you really?
1959. Look it up. That Kind of Woman. I played a soldier. Tab Hunter was her love interest, and Sophia.
And Ron spoke Italian, so we got to talk to her.
And I got to speak to her in Italian. And you know what she said to me? Your Italian is as bad as my English. And she was as sweet as could be. 3 days shoot, once in Central Park and once in Grand Central
Amazing.
Station. And then she kissed me on my cheek when we left. And I ran home and I told my parents I will never wash my face. Because Sophia, she was lovely and wonderful. She was only 26
No,
years
she's
old.
a good one. That's a
She
good
was
pick.
26 years old. I'd love to work with her
The
again.
story
Now
is
old.
Carlo Ponti, who was a producer, a very famous Italian producer, discovered her. I don't know when she was hanging up clothes when she was 17 in Pozzuole, and I've been to Pozzuole.
No. She was 14. And 14 when he discovered her, and she won wallpaper in a beauty contest, and Ponti saw her, and he changed her name from I forgot what it was, something, to Lauren because of the movie star Martha Torrin. And Sophia loved him for always. Cary Grant was in love with her, and they were supposed to have a big affair, but Ponti told Sophia that Cary was gay, and I think Sophia got chased away by that. Otherwise, maybe she would have married Cary Grant because she was very much in love with him. See, the little Hollywood gossip.
Stories. I mean, you really do need to write a book, Ron.
Nobody would believe my book. They think I was full of shit with all the stories I have because my stories are so intimate. For some reason, when people meet me, they tell me all their bullshit, the truth. I have that kind of personality. They meet me, and in 10 minutes, I know all their shit.
She was Sophia Villani Cicilline or something like that.
Yeah, Sophia Cicilline.
I love it. Okay, so now you pick the different actors and actresses. Now let's say time has stood still, and you could be in any movie that's ever been made in the history of movies. What movie would you like to have been the star of?
Gladiator.
Oh, would you really? Awesome.
Yeah, but, you know, you get to do all the great sandals and sand and blood stuff, but there's beautiful dramatic moments in that movie.
You just want to show your big arm.
I just thought it was an amazing movie.
Actually, the guy who plays the big gladiator that has to fight Russell Crowe, the big muscle older guy, he's a good friend of ours.
Yeah, his name is Sven Thorson. Isn't it?
Sven Thorson. Yeah, so he's been on the show, and I'm really good friends with his wife.
They're sweetie pie. They're like you and Michelle. They're so sweet.
I'll tell you another one I really would have loved to have done is either Cool Hand Luke or Cat on a Hot Tin Roof.
Cat in a Hot Tin Roof, I would like to see you in.
Yeah, I'd love to. I'm a little long in the tooth probably now to do it in a
No,
play.
not really. They just do an older wife.
Yeah.
What do you think of Mira
Sorvino?
Yeah. Do you think Do you think we should contact her to play?
We don't talk about that on air.
Oh, okay.
I think she's a perfect actress. I'm a
Yes,
fan.
I think so too. I am too. I think she's fabulous.
Daughter.
Like,
Did you hear what I said, Sean? Daughter.
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
Daughter. I like it.
Anyway,
Because I love him, and I have to call him, as I said to
Wait,
you.
you're
I'm
saying that
wait-
the other day that you have to call Paul Sorvino.
Well, I'm waiting for Lainey to get back. Lainey Kazan is the hardest woman to reach in the world. I just sent her a message. I said, Lainey, I'm so happy your box is always filled. But I want to get, I text messaged her, and no, she is the worst person to contact. Everybody, listen. 2 of my friends dealt with her, and they said she's impossible to contact, and she is. She doesn't.
Our fans in the chat room say Cool Hand Luke. They like Cool Hand Luke. Somebody
Yeah.
wrote Streetcar Named Desire. Oh, Tina wrote the Streetcar Named Desire.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
I love a lot of those classics. Paul Newman is I'd say Paul Newman's arguably my favorite actor. Sweet Bird of Youth. I mean, it's just.
Oh, I love Sweet Bird of Youth. I'd like to see you in that.
Yeah, that was.
Oh, that's a piece of work, baby. I would love to have played when I was young.
Yeah, you could have done that.
I could have done Sweet. I would have been on the George Hamilton type, or what's his name that played it? Who played it with Geraldine Page?
Geraldine Page, Paul Newman, and then Rip Torn was in it.
Right. I knew Rip Torn. Oh my God, I forgot I ever knew him.
Yeah.
I knew him years ago. Rip Torn. Yes. Because I said to him, I think when I met him, I have a needle and thread if you're interested.
He has no.
And he didn't get it. But anyway, Rip Torn, yes, I remember him. He was good looking, nice looking fellow when he was young. Rip Torn. Jeez, how you forget people.
What kind of stuff? Would you watch a lot of TV or no?
I do watch a lot of TV.
What kind of stuff do you like to watch? We just watched the Kaminsky Method. We like that.
I love the Kaminsky Method. I mean, as a guy that went to so many acting classes in Los Angeles, I really could see what an amalgamation of several different acting teachers Kaminsky is, and it really resonated with me.
We're also watching Hacks. We're also watching Hacks. Have you seen Hacks on HBO Max?
Hacked.
No, it's Hacks. Hack. Maybe it's just Hack.
It's Hacked. Hacked.
No, it's not.
I haven't seen that yet.
You should watch it because it's about a comedian and you would like it. I love this comedian.
It's called Hacked, not Hacks.
I'm deep.
Look it up. It's because she was a comedian. And the comedian's short name is Hacked. You're a hacked comedian.
It's not Hacked.
Oh, you'll see. It's Hacked.
7 of 90 Day Fiance. That's the kind of.
Oh, there you go. It's
Hacked. The right way.
Hacks. Hacks.
Hacks. Hacks. Okay.
Yeah, you'll like it though. It's because it's a comedy with
Jane Smart is wonderful. Jane Smart.
Gene Smart.
Gene Smart. That's what I said. I would love to work with Gene Smart.
So wait. So you watch 90 Day Fiance?
Oh my God! I like it. Yeah, it's really good TV. You get what this. I mean, the premise is these people come over on a K-1 visa, right? And they've got 90 days to figure out if they're going to get married to the person. And I mean, could you imagine the pressure cooker of somebody usually from a different culture? The friends all think most of the girls are gold diggers, and I mean, everyone thinks they're doing it for a green card. Some of them are, some of them aren't. But it pressurizes all the difficulties and challenges and high notes and low notes of a relationship compressed into 90 days. And it's like, I'm at the point now where we watched the first couple seasons for free, and then we finally turned, okay, oh my God, we got to pay for this season. Michelle and I looked at each other and went, do it. And it's so
But those girls that come over to find husbands, if the husbands look like you, they don't mind.
Oh, but a lot of them come over.
What do you mean, stop it? You're ugly? Now you want to say you're ugly? Sean, I see you in person close up. And you are still, I think what's happening to you now is you're getting handsomer. You showed me a picture of you as a boy and you thought, wow. And I said to myself, nah, no character. Now you're developing character. You're getting to be substance. You're a young man yet, You're going to age beautifully. If I give you my beauty tips.
You, right? I use the right products.
I'll give you all my beauty
tips.
Use
any products. He just puts olive oil on
No, olive oil on my face and never say you're old and never grow old and will it away. Say, I refuse to age. And you know what? The brain hears it. The body responds.
So you guys really have...
with few exceptions, like a couple aches and pains from, a lot of athletics and stuff. I don't know that I would want to really go back. I mean, everyone always says, sure, I'd go back if I knew now what I knew then. Well, it doesn't work that way. And
no, it doesn't.
There's a level of comfort in your own skin that hopefully people achieve as they get older because, you know, in my 20s and 30s, and even in a part of my 40s, you know, there were just parts of my personality that were still so insecure and uncomfortable. And, you know, we all still have insecurities, but you kind of learn that you don't give a fuck as you get older. And
Sean, listen to me.
We only got like 30 seconds.
In your 50s, you come into your own.
Thank you.
It starts in your 50s. That's when you will come into your own, and your personality and your everything just changes. Younger than 50 is dangerous. What do you want?
I agree. We got to go. I agree.
I don't want to go.
I know we can't help it. We don't have time. So listen up, everybody. First of all, I agree with you, and I think I'm way more comfortable in my 50s than I've ever been.
Right.
So you guys listen up.
And I can't wait
Sean,
to get to be 50 to see if it's true.
Follow Sean Kanan on Twitter, you guys. He's at Sean Kanan on Instagram. He's Sean.Kanan. Go to wayofthecobra.com. Get your copy of the book. And look for studios.
And I hope to
Amazon
see
Prime.
you very soon.
Yeah. So we want to thank everybody. No, we're
don't
good. We're
don't
good.
stay a stranger. Don't stay.
No,
We're good.
No.
Meanwhile,
Hey, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone in the green room, you guys. Wishing you all the best, and everybody stay safe. And thanks so much for all the support for us and for Jimmy and for Ron.
There you go. Thanks, Sean. See you soon. All right, everybody. Thanks
Take care,
so much.
baby. Love to Michelle.
We want to thanks to all our guests. Thanks to the chat room. Thanks to everybody listening. Hope you guys enjoy the show. We had a great time, and we'll see you guys soon next week, everybody. Bye.
Bye. Woo.
Jimmy,
This is Emmy. I'm just chilling. Jimmy Star, yo, sitting down and designing. Where every man in the thinking, what are we gonna be wearing? Yo, I'm a Liverpool MC. You can't test me. Big up the girls inside the party. Let's get down to crazy Jimmy. Big up myself, the known as Alfie, the one and only, the Turkish MC.
always love the clothes of Jimmy.
Bitch, I'm your one I wanna be. Jimmy Star, new celebrity.
We'll take you out.